Hello guys, so welcome to today's video. We're going to be bringing you really just what are our favorite top coins looking in the altcoin space, as we see that we might have already found a bottom in the market. So we're going to drop you some of our best ones. AJ, how are you feeling about this video in particular?
Yeah, I'm excited to share sort of my top altcoins, especially as you said that the sort of Bitcoin is potentially established that bottom. We can start looking at those altcoins because we're not going to see those massive pullbacks that we have been seeing recently, and we are starting to see these altcoins have some nice momentum towards the upside. So yeah, I'm excited to share my favorite altcoins at this moment in time for the next bull run.
There we go. There we go. So I'm going to start off with an absolute cracker what I think is an absolute cracker, 88th down on the market cap ranking. And this is Oasis Network, and the ticker is $ROSE. So that is this I think is one to really look out for. Overall market cap just over 400 million. The team behind this are very good. I believe that the CEO, she's a woman who's working with, I want to say, the Penthouse. She's done 2 different bits of work there. They recently secured a partnership with Facebook, with Meta platforms to work on with their AI. And just to go through what they are, is they are a layer 1 blockchain solution. They have partnerships with the likes of BMW, Binance, CryptoSafe Alliance, and several Fortune 500 companies. And this is where I really think these types of companies that are quite small at the moment, but again, one of the top 2 invested blockchains by VC firms, could be a really good place for us to be putting our money. And obviously we're going to keep it quick, so we won't go into exactly how it works. But this is the website if you want to check that out. Next, I'm jumping on to Polygon Somatic. As we know, it's layer 2 solution, and it works off the Ethereum network. It's basically a scaling solution for Ethereum, relatively high in the ranking, as you see here. Market cap quite well established, over that 7 billion mark. And the reason why I quite like this is because, it might be that certain companies don't want to look into crypto or blockchain or something like this. Certain companies might not want to, but if they are advised by a long established advisor, which is what these EY, a few of the big accounting firms, they're kind of seen as consultants as well. Now EY are working with Polygon Network to improve enterprise clients' experience. So this enterprise, when they say enterprise, they basically mean massive companies. So I think the rollout of this, if it was to follow into some of the other big 4 companies, which is obviously it's just only 4, so not too many to knock down, I think we could see a lot of adoption. And obviously I've always said it, I think adoption kind of leads us into having a much higher price because the demand goes up. And just as an overview, Polygon can, with Polygon, one can create optimistic roll-up chains, zero-knowledge roll-up chains, which I believe are actually going to be very important in the future, standalone chains, or any other kind of infra required by the developer. So I'm going to put Polygon in there as well. And then this is one I've always really liked, Vechain. I think what they're doing is very good. The only concern I have is that they are a little bit too kind of Chinese. Now I know everyone's going to say, oh, they're actually based in, I think it's Singapore, but it was a group of Chinese people who moved to Singapore to set this up. But Vechain basically helps with logistics. So it helps track, it acts as a layer 1 smart contract platform. They have branched out into like NFTs and stuff, but I think that's, not helped them too much. But ultimately they aim to use distributed governance and IoT technology to create an ecosystem which solves major data hurdles for multiple global industries, from medical, energy, food and beverage to sustainable and SDG goals. Basically, what they're saying is they're going to help, and this could be applied to any industry, which is why I like it. And you can see some of the use cases they already have. This is basically logistics. So they work with LVMH. They work with a few very big shipping companies and also the BMW group. Now, I will say, like I said, the issue is that they only work with the Chinese division of these companies. But obviously, China is a very, very big market, and I kind of see that growing very quickly into the future. But I think if they can actually, I guess, move away from being very closely associated with China and with some of these companies in the Euro or North American markets, this could be massive for Vechain. And finally, it's XRP. We all know what it is. We all know what it does. We all know why we should love it. It's just very, very cheap, and it's very, very quick in terms of settling. And we're talking about very, very big business. So I don't think that this is going to be good for me sending money to AJ because, he's going to come and give me a haircut. This is not really where the use case is. I think this is, well, and obviously we all know they've tried to target the big central banks, moving money. So like when Microsoft buys X amount of, bits of hardware or whatever from China, or they buy semiconductors, there's lots of money that gets exchanged. And so a lot of people focus on the FX markets. And I do think that XRP could be a very quick and efficient way to settle these. Now, they obviously are in a case with the SEC. So Brad Garlinghouse himself has said, I'm betting that I'm winning against SEC. I'm betting that because I think the facts are on our side. I'm betting that because the law is on our side. So very, very confident. And also just want to drop this in. They are the first and I believe only member of the global ISO 20022 standards body. Now, International Standards Organization, that's basically, this is the standard for how you send money. Same as Visa, SWIFT, and numerous international commercial and central banks. So they're already, applying to the standards. They're in that little group. If they win against the SEC and they actually, I guess, can implement some of what it is that they want to, I think we could see a very, very big push to the upside for XRP. But that's all of them from me. AJ, what are the projects that you're kind of, looking at and focused on at the moment? What's getting your fire hot?
Yeah. So first of all, it is Polkadot. Now, I just want to say quickly, I do my main analysis through TA, and sort of that's where I get my information from for when to invest and stuff like that. But fundamental side of things is another a big factor in what I invest into. So I just want to let you know that we are going to put out another video going through the TA side of these coins as well, if that does interest you. So do watch out for that. But as I said, Polkadot is my first one, in my top 4 list, and it's currently ranked number 11 on the coin market cap website, and it's currently sat at around $8. And as you can see, the all-time high was around $54. So for me right now, this is an amazing buying opportunity for Polkadot. But Polkadot, basically what they do, Polkadot is an open source shared multi-chain protocol that connects and secures a network of specialized blockchain facilities, cross-chain transfer of any data or asset type, not just tokens, thereby allowing blockchains to be interoperable with each other. Polkadot was designed to provide a foundation for a decentralized internet of blockchains, also known as Web3, and that's sort of what Polkadot's main sort of unique point is. They consider themselves the multi-chain vision for the Web3, and they're saying, that it starts with Polkadot. And I do agree with that. We are going into that sort of Web3 era, and I do think Polkadot could be at the front line of that movement. The next one that I want to look at is Avalanche. Avalanche is currently ranked number 14 on CoinMarketCap, sitting around just under $24, and the all-time high was approximately $135. So again, this is an amazing buying opportunity for me. But basically, Avalanche is a layer 1 blockchain that functions as a platform for decentralized applications and custom blockchain networks. It is one of Ethereum's rivals, aiming to unseat Ethereum as the most popular blockchain for smart contracts. It aims to do so by having a transaction output of up to 6,500 transactions per second, while not compromising scalability. Now, Avalanche does use proof of stake, and Ethereum is currently using proof of work, but it is switching towards proof of stake. So this is, sort of what Avalanche has above Ethereum right now, that it is using proof of stake rather than proof of work. But because we are seeing this Ethereum upgrade, or Ethereum 2.0, as a lot of people like to call it, this could become a big problem for Avalanche. But in my eyes, for me, I do think Avalanche on the proof of stake side of things are a little bit ahead of Ethereum, because they have been implementing proof of stake for a lot longer period than Ethereum has, because Ethereum hasn't even started that yet. But taking a look at Avalanche's website, the first thing you see on their website is that they offer blazing fast, low cost, and they are eco-friendly. And this is sort of what the issue with crypto is at the moment. It does use a lot of energy. And eco-friendly is something that is going to be a big, unique selling point for Avalanche, in my personal opinion, because of what is going on with the world, with global warming and all of that at the moment. So for me, eco-friendly is a big, unique selling point for Avalanche. The next project that I'm looking at is Near Protocol. Near Protocol for me is something that I am going to be getting into pretty heavily. It's currently ranked 25th on CoinMarketCap, and is currently sat at $4.36. The all-time high was around a little over $20. So for me, again, this is another great buying opportunity for Near Protocol. And Near Protocol is a layer 1 blockchain that was designed as a community-run cloud computing platform, and that eliminates some of the limitations that have been bogging competing blockchains, such as low transaction speeds, low throughput, and poor interoperability. This provides an ideal environment for dApps and creators, and creates a developer and user-friendly platform. For instance, Near uses human-readable account names, unlike a cryptographic wallet address common to Ethereum. I'll go into that in a minute. But the unique selling point really for Near Protocol is that Near Protocol uses its in-shade technology to improve transaction throughput massively. Nightshade. Nightshade is a variation of sharding in which individuals set validators process transactions in parallel across multiple sharded chains, improving the overall capacity of the blockchain. In contrast to regular sharding, shards in Nightshade produce a fraction of the next block, called chunks. In doing so, Near Protocol is able to achieve up to 100,000 transactions per second and achieve near instant transaction finality, thanks to 1 second block candle with simultaneously keeping transaction fees at virtually zero. So going back to the human readable accounts, Near leverages human readable accounts to simplify remembering them. In this way, accounts have addresses such as alice.near instead of long strings of random characters. So you can see here, Ethereum wallet addresses, they do have a long string of numbers and letters with cap locks in them as well, and it makes it really hard to remember. But Near accounts, they do make it simple for you to remember, and they do have very short and sort of snappy account names. So like, for example here, alice.near. So that is why I sort of like the project of Near Protocol, of course, with their going back to their nightshade as well, their nightshade technology as well. I do think that is something that's very unique about Near Protocol, and is why I really like them. Moving on to Theta Network. Theta Network is another one I'm going to be investing in quite heavily. Currently sat at 41 on the rankings, and the price is currently sat at $1.41. The all-time high was approximately $14, a little over $14. And basically what Theta is a blockchain powered network purpose-built for video streaming. Launched in March 2019, the Theta mainnet operates as a decentralized network in which users share bandwidth and computing resources on a peer-to-peer basis. So basically what happens here, when people buy, a really expensive gaming computer, for example, that computer may not generate them any money unless they are a streamer on YouTube or Twitch, for example. But say they just bought the computer because they want it for a really good gaming experience. Now, people cannot, generate money off that computer that they have bought. And this is where Theta comes in, and it gives the ability to share the bandwidth with that of that computer and the computer resources to someone in your local area, and you get paid for that in the native token Theta. So I do think that is a really, really a really unique thing that Theta is doing. You can make money off of your computer, whilst you're sleeping or whilst you're away from your computer. So I do think that's really good. And the project is advised by Steve Chen, co-founder of YouTube, and Justin Kan, co-founder of Twitch. So two of the biggest streaming services in the world. The two co-founders behind those streaming services are behind Theta as well. So that is why I am, a big sort of going to be a big investor for Theta. Theta also features its own native cryptocurrency token, Theta, which I've told you about, and that's how you do get paid for sharing your bandwidth and your computer resources. And Theta, which performs various governance tasks within the network, and counts Google, Binance, Blockchain Ventures, Gumi, Sony Europe, and Samsung as enterprise validators, along with Guardian Network and thousands of community-run Guardian nodes. So you can see, a lot of big companies are behind it as well. And taking a look at their website, you can see down here, Steve Chen, co-founder of YouTube, he is behind it. And going down here, you can see enterprise validator nodes. You can see Google, Sony, Samsung, Binance, Blockchain, Gumi, and a number of others as well. So for me, Theta is a really good investment as well. So that's sort of my top four altcoins that I am going to be holding very heavily throughout this next bull market.
And one thing that I like about that Theta is it's very similar to like Uber. You've got a car, you can kind of jump in and out of letting people use your car whenever you want. Even, I know Tesla are planning on doing that, where if you buy a Tesla, the full self-driving will actually allow it while you're sleeping or whatever, providing it's charged, to go out and actually, and that is going to be the plan for the future. And a bit like Airbnb as well, you got an empty house. If it's not being rented, you can use it, or you can put it on Airbnb, which I think it is quite good. Like this sharing. The sharing community, I think, will kind of put us in a good place. And like you said, some really good team behind that. So there you go, guys. Those are the top, kind of 8. But those projects that we feel we're going to be looking into very heavily, and then also trying to get in now that the prices are quite low. We're shifting our mindset away from Bitcoin slightly further into these altcoins.
Yeah, and we'll also remember be taking a look at those the technical side of things of these coins as well, because we are going to start looking at getting into these tokens. You know, we have been mentioning that we are staying away from those altcoins because we have been seeing these massive pullbacks in the altcoins, because we have been seeing these big pullbacks in Bitcoin as well. But now that I'm sort of confident that Bitcoin might have actually established its bottom, and we potentially could, see the price just continue to see this nice price action towards the upside. Now is the time to sort of get into these altcoins before we see those massive moves towards the upside. And we want to get in there early. And for me, the time is almost here.
Yep, there you go. So, look, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, and we will see you